Okay, my Terranaut 8x8 upgrade is complete. Okay, you see up front, the Hobby Wing Mini 16, brushless motor, all in one. On this one, I did the pinion mod, which I took the pinion, opened up the bore to 2.3 millimeters to fit on the motor shaft. Then you got to trim the motor shaft down to fit inside the gearbox. That's the mod. That's one of the mods. Other mod, you could trim down the motor shaft. But if you don't know what you're doing, I don't suggest going that route. So this mod is the pinion. Inside this gearbox, I have the FX 118 by Furitek steel gears that are made by Power Hobby. So I made this one a single speed transmission. I was going to keep it dual speed or 2-speed with the new Hobby Plus spiral gears. But I was too anxious to get the build done and the gears weren't out yet. So I was willing to make it a single speed. Eliminated the shifting servo and everything else altogether. So that's that. 4 Torque servos, 1024 series. Very strong servos. Now, if you're going to do... I got this truck before its release. Thanks to Direct RC and Hobby Plus. So I didn't know how they did their middle axles as far as the servos. So what they did was they raised up the servo in the middle a little higher than normal so that their steering link could fit underneath it. So their steering link goes between the drive shaft and the servo. Now, since this servo is mountless, I couldn't use their steering link. So I had to design and print my own. I've done a 6-wheel steer some years ago, so I was kind of had an idea of how I was going to accomplish it. Back then I made it with actual links. This time I printed it. So printed it, it's in there. Kind of hard to see on camera. It's pretty tight fit, but it fits. There's no binding. It's right there. But it fits and it works. I already tested it. These steel drive shafts are also by Hobby Plus. They help me clear their horn some because they're thinner than the stock plastic ones. Now, no issue. I would have just had to trim up that servo horn a little bit to clear the stock plastic drive shaft. But like I said, it's in there and it works. It was a pain trying to align this thing up with all 4 servos and the horns. None of them are directly adjusted the same way. Meaning they're all like a little to the left, a little to the right, or whatever. None of them are like straight down. Vertically. So anyway, lined them up best I could. I eyeballed it. Once I get the wheels on there, I do a finer adjustment. Aluminum skid plate from Power Hobby. Like I said, the drive shafts are Power Hobby. I had to do 2 links for the 2 middle steering axles. Front and rear. These are also for the FX 118 Furitek. Just the one I got from Power Hobby because I was there at the time. The other one came from Direct RC. Most of these parts came from Direct RC along with the truck. Next Racing shocks. I'm a real fan, honest fan of these shocks. If they stay extended for a good period of time, they might freeze on you. I don't know the proper term. But they'll get like a little sluggish. Just hit them in and you're good again. So they're all good. The fronts are a little stiffer than the rest, so I got to look into that. I might have a screw too tight. Yeah, I think the screw. I just got to adjust the screws on it. Sometimes you tighten the screws up too tight. You'll get a little binding. Nothing major. I think that's it. Weights in the front. Keep the front a little bit heavier than the rear. Didn't need them all the way around. Just some weight in the front. The aftermarket wheels do have brass rings in them, so that'll keep the weight all the way around for better traction and articulation. I just have to finish the body up, mount the body. Chassis is done. Oh, and the lights. I got to mess with those lights. Wire everything up. Let me fire it up for you real quick. Also had this on my Radio Master. MT12 radio. You probably saw it already with the Dumbo receiver. Just a 10-channel receiver. but for some reason I can only acknowledge 8 channels on this master, the radio master. Unless they have an update. I had the radio when it first came out. Unless they did an update to give me all 10 channels. But I got 8 channels on here I can use, which is actually plenty for now. Turn the radio on.
Welcome to HTX. Switch warning.
Okay. It's a 2-cell light bulb. I could do 3-cell. Powered on. All right. Now, some of you guys cry about noisy transmissions. I honestly don't care. As long as I got the power, no binding, I'm good with it. But this transmission is pretty average. Plus, it's raw right there. And it's all metal. No body covering it. So it might sound a little louder than normal, but everything's on there good. That's the 2-cell. You can do 3. The steering, normal steering. The rear steering's on this knob back here. There is a center. You feel like a little notch in there, so you know when it's centered. It doesn't have an automatic centering, but that's cool. Okay, now on this radio, I had the switches for the different style of steering. So this is the rear is opposite from the front. So when you're doing like a tight circle or whatever, all the way over is crab walk. Everything is facing the same direction. Okay, all the way out, normal. Okay, so that's it. So I still have to do the lights and mount the body back up. But right now, it's running.